Air assault. Hello, friends, and welcome to Shero Coffee Chat. We hope you've had a great week, and thank you for joining us today. We've got a full cup ahead, so grab your Shero coffee, because we're taking a spin around the Shero resource table. Plus, we've got your chat, tip, and guest of the week. Let's give a big shout out to our host, Melissa Farmer Hill, Army Combat Veteran, host of Shero Coffee Chat, and founder of the Shero Coffee Club, where we keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. And now, reporting for duty and ready to lead the conversation, Melissa Farmer Hill.
Air assault! Good morning, friends, and welcome to the Shero Coffee Chat. I am Melissa Farmer Hill. I am the host of Shero Coffee Chat. I am a retired Army veteran and the founder of the Shero Coffee Club. So if you don't know about Shero Coffee Club, what are you doing here? First of all, you got to know about Shero Coffee Club, where we keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. But now we have tea, and the tea tells us how women show up in the world. You got to go to sherocoffee.com, check out our page, and find out what's going on. Yes, I'm going to take my first morning sip. And that's good. Although I talked about tea, I'm drinking coffee today because I need it. I need it. It's been a long night, and I hope your weekend is going well for you. I just wanted to get personal just for a little bit, okay? And I just want to say the month of January has been really challenging for me and my family. We've had a death, a diagnosis, a surgery, then an emergency surgery, and a stroke. And January isn't even complete yet. But as you guys know, I am of Christian faith, and what's been really helping me keep it all together is Romans 8:28, where it says, all things work together for good to those who love God and are called to according to his purpose. And the beauty in that verse for me is just, it's not some things, it's not when it's easy, it's not, just when it's hard, but all things work together for good. And while that doesn't remove the pain of a death, what this verse has helped me go through every day. It's helped me to deepen my faith and my belief, to know that I am called according to his purpose, and just to help me when I'm tired, when I'm uncertain, when I'm sad, when I'm grieving, that God is always working. God is always working no matter what. And so somebody needed to hear that today. It's not just me. So I just wanted to share that. Romans 8:28. But let's get on with the show. And speaking of things working and not working, if you are in the Chicagoland area and you look outside, as I look outside right now, it's a winter wonderland, you guys. It is nothing but a winter wonderland. I remember, and even this Friday, because it got really cold, right? So the kids have a snow day. We are really living in a different era, right? When I was a kid, back in my day, like Kanye West used to say, like Kanye West said on the song, back in my day, we would go to school. Now, there would be some days, we didn't call them snow days. We would have to literally watch the news to find out what schools were closing. We would literally have to watch the news. But now they've got, all kinds of technology to inform the students whether they have school. So Friday was an e-learning day. We have an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old in the house. So they got on their laptops and did their school day. But it is a winter wonderland. I remember trekking in the snow. I don't know if you've ever heard of moon boots, but those moon boots, what they would do is protect you from the snow. Even though I still experienced frostbite. I remember I was trying to, it was lunch, so you could go out for lunch. So we were going to Sears on 79th and Kenwood. If you know, you know. Sears on 79th and Kenwood. And we were having snowball fights. And I literally was trying to hit, I don't know if it was Walter or Chris I was trying to hit, but I was trying to hit one of them, and I balled the snowball up and I got him. And so but by the time I got to the Sears store, my hands were like shaking. And I that was my first time. You know, my mom had to come get me from Sears. That was my first time experience frostbite, but we did not care. We didn't care about the weather. But yeah, good times. Today is a snowy day, so stay in if you can, if you're in the Chicagoland area. But we are going to get right into it. And I am really honored to introduce our guest today. Dr. Carlos Redmond, who is the executive director of Chicago Area Veterans Forum, where he leads community-driven efforts to support veterans and underserved populations across Illinois. Now, through his work, Dr. Redmond oversees programs focused on veteran benefits, education, workforce development, health and wellness. I mean, you guys, you name it. And of course, community engagement. And under his leadership, CAVF, which stands for Chicago Area Veterans Forum, also extends its impact beyond veterans by serving youth, seniors, and individuals who have been incarcerated, just helping them connect to the resources that they need to promote just stability and opportunity for long-term success in life. I absolutely love that mission. Now, Chicago Area Veterans Forum, or CAVF, regularly hosts community events that bring together food, food, vital resources, and trusted community partners, and just creating that welcoming space where people can access, support and definitely build some meaningful connections. And so Dr. Redmond, you guys, is really committed to strengthening the communities by meeting people wherever they are and helping them move forward with a sense of dignity and purpose and support. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Carlos Redmond to the Shero Coffee Chat. Dr. Redmond, are you there? There you are.
Good morning, everyone. For having me on your show this morning, Ms. Farmer. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the things you do for the community and working together. Once I met you, we had the conversation, and I knew, hey, we could get some work done together.
Right, absolutely. Now we met through the Jesse Brown Mental Health Consumer Council. That's a mouthful, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where we initially met. And then last May, Shero Coffee Club participated or supported one of your events. I think it was for Memorial Day, was it?
Yeah, it was the 10th annual Memorial Day parade down in the 10th Ward.
Right. And I mean, it was so amazing. And then they had a tribute to, I can't think of his name. He was an Army officer. They had a tribute to him, and it was absolutely gorgeous because you could walk into the van or whatever, and then they had the video and they had all the information, and there was someone talking about the history of that individual. I thought it was great. And then that was the first time I saw the Double Dutch women.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I was amazed. Over 40, because I grew up in that era where we left I just talked about going to school, but I grew up in that era where we would, me and Peaches, she knows who she knows who I'm talking about. Me, Peaches, Arlene, we would undo the ropes, take them to school and get there early so we can play double dutch, and then to see them over 40. These are women in their 40s, 50s, 60s. So you are definitely bringing communities together, helping people discover other things that they might not have known about. So thank you for just community building. And that's where I want to start, if that's okay. Community building.
That's fine.
So first of all, let's talk about Chicago Area Veterans Forum, and tell us what it is and who you serve.
So Chicago Area Veteran Forum is a veterans organization, one, but as time went on, we decided, we're going to take the veterans that we have helped, and then we're going to go out into the communities and give them their leadership and help with violence prevention and with the seniors, with the youth. But we want to just make it one big family with the veterans leading the way.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Now, on a personal note, like, why did you get involved? I mean, you I know you're an Army veteran, but what made you get involved? There's so many other careers, when I think about it. There's so many other careers you could have had, Dr. Redmond, but you chose this. And I'm curious as to why you chose this.
So it all started out, like I said, I retired from Chicago Transit Authority in 2018. When I got off work, was running into veterans throughout my work experience on the bus, networking then. And I'm hearing these conversations from different individuals, veterans. I know I was going through some experiences. So I'm like, you know what, if I can help myself, and I know there's other veterans that need help, why not help them? So I just took on the task, me and a friend named Calvin Perry, and we just started helping veterans, and it just got overwhelming and feeling good, putting smiles on veterans' faces. And I said, this is what I'm gonna do.
So initially it was kind of for veterans, right?
Correct.
Oh, that's so funny because the Shero Coffee Club kind of mirrors what you do, because initially it's for veterans, and still, hey, we still are here to keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated through our coffee. But we just launched a tea because what we found out was there are other women, doing some major things in the world. They're contributing to society, and we wanted to showcase them too. But in the same way, you saw that there was a gap in other spaces, it sounds like, that needed that. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. And then, like I say, I based it off. So I was born and raised on 116th and Morgan. So I'm looking at the community around me. I'm retired. What can I do to help the veterans, my community, and everything surrounding? I need a change. So I say I'm gonna kick off the initial programming and get out here, boots on the ground, and change my community.
That's wonderful, because we both know, we talked about it earlier. Community building is definitely not easy. You need to have, connections. You need to have the trust of people. You have to show up consistently in order to build that trust. It's a lot involved. You didn't just wake up and say, oh yeah, let me do this. It takes planning, it takes execution, it takes people being on board. So how do you see your purpose in that community building when it comes to serving veterans?
So now it's really, like I say, with the veterans and then the community and community building. So now you got to work with different organizations. You're getting with these elected officials, the churches. You just hitting the ground, seeing how you guys collaborate on things, and just serving the community. But you have to extend your arm into different sectors. So now you started in your neighborhood. Now you're moving over to maybe Pilsen. You're connecting with them organizations. So you're just bringing it together and just building. Just building.
That's wonderful. Chicago is known for its politics, right? We know that. Those who are watching who might not know, look up Chicago politics and how this city was built. My question to you is it challenging? Because we see like right now, City Hall, it's just a wild place to be. Is it challenging to get the elected officials on board? Do that, how have they been responsive? And the reason I ask this is because not to put any community out there, but I remember someone was trying to host an event in a certain community in Chicago. I like the way I said that. And the first thing the elected official wanted was, okay, what are you going to do for me? They want this like the movies. They want the palms greased. And I'm not saying you had to go. I'm not saying that about you. My question to you is, but I'm just saying this is what's leading me to the question. The question is, do you find that the elected officials getting their support and input, do you find that to be challenging or difficult? And it may have just been what that other person was trying to do.
Sometimes all politicians are different. So
yes,
some are very family oriented, community based. The job you hired them for, they're doing their job. Then you got a lot of them just in the positions and they're not doing their job. But I think majority of them. So I'll give you an example. I do a Christmas in July event. I think this was the third one I did this year. And I pick a different community each year. So the first year I did Inglewood.
Shout out to Inglewood.
Yeah, I reached out to Stephanie Coleman, get the logistics. And I service 2 senior buildings in Auburn Gresham. But that's Inglewood. That's good friends of mine. So I got a lot of friends, elders that stay in there. So anytime I have something, I would like to take care of them. So I said, for Christmas in July, I want to do something a bit close to them so they can just use their walkers and then they have to walk far, service them first and then service the community. But I hit the seniors and let them get all, the food, the gifts, everything I had for them. So it's just a relationship. You have to go out in these communities and you serve in different communities. And they have like boundaries. So I didn't know that, like I say, it's the politics side of it, but you serve in the community. But you cool with this alderman or state rep, you got to make sure whoever serves that community, you holler at them. And so it's just a big thing. It's territorial. Yeah. So I'm kind of learning and I'm navigating. So that would be one of the things I can help different organizations with, especially veteran organizations, navigate that process on what to do. Maybe we could do some workshops or whatever, but how to get them through that. I do some things in Springfield. Hopefully, we get some good people down in Washington. We might keep it to Washington, but that's how they go.
I commend you, and I'd love to give people their flowers when I see a moment. I commend you for the work you do, and I commend you about explaining that side of it, which a lot of people don't know about. I just want to say thank you for just sharing that and being, having the thought to say maybe we can do some workshops on it so people can learn, because you don't become a boys and girls club of America without starting in the community first. Whenever they started, I know it's you don't become that without learning what you're learning and experiencing what you're experiencing. You don't become a Susan G. Komen Foundation. You don't become these things without learning and doing what you're experiencing now. So that's why I wanted to say I wanted to definitely give you your flowers. And so
I think one other quick question. I think too, if I wasn't in this type of room helping veterans or helping the community, I never thought about saying anything to a politician anyway, But it's now
you wouldn't be involved.
Now that I see how it has to go, we have to educate our people, especially the young ones. So I even been organizing, planning to organize a couple of trips down to the Capitol with a couple of college students from Olive Harvey. Shout out to Olive Harvey, because the young ones need to see how the government ran and get down there, because those are our future leaders, and we got to train them up now.
Absolutely. I think, you know what? It's so funny. They did a stole ceremony for veterans at Prairie State College, and I was the keynote speaker for that stole ceremony. And that's one of the things I told them to get in. If you're gonna join the military, that's important. That's important. I think that's important. But the other thing is politics. You got to know what it takes to run this country. And I'm not sure if we are being taught those things that we need to know. But by you saying what you're planning to do, they can see it in action. You know, a lot of times, we say soldiers, in the military, we said soldiers emulate their leaders, depending on what type of leader it is. And so if a child in high school can see that with their own eyes, that might give them the inspiration to say, I want to become a lawyer, and now I want to become an alderman, or I want to become a state rep, or, senator, or, the president of the United States. You never know what your planting seeds can take you to. So thank you for that. Now, what are some of the initiatives that, I know you mentioned a few, but what are some more of the initiatives that you guys are working on?
Well, one of the main ones I'm excited about is an EV conversion program. I helped bring in the veterans for this program. I helped get it into Olive Harvey College, so that we can have it as an accredited program. But the name of the company is called CLOC, and we'll be training students to switch gas combustion engines for school buses into electric. So I'm excited about that. That's looking promising. We want to get people trained up so that they can be able to go out and learn a new trade, plus maybe open up their shop one day. But we're hiring people in, we're working, and we just want to keep that going. And it's been a huge success so far, so I'm very thankful for that.
Wow. Well, here you are, Dr. Redmond. There you like all of the amazing things that you are doing it's crazy, because you see the gap. You see the gap. And like, what I really am amazed by is, with everything that's happened in Chicago, we can look at, let's just say, the violence or the poverty or the food insecurity. There's so many things we can look at. You chose to look and serve, which is what a lot of people don't often do. So I definitely want and serve in a way that's impactful. That's impactful right out of the household. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we enjoy coffee, we enjoy tea, we help others, but yours takes it to a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? What you do
We
takes
in
it.
together. Hey, I learned from the best, so I'm so glad we met. We had friends of friends. So shout out to Dr. Renee Dickinson. Shout out to Post 311.
Yes.
So yeah, matter of fact, I'm thinking about joining Post 311.
You doing what?
I'm thinking about joining Post 311.
Oh, come on. I'm a lifetime member of VFW Post 311. You gotta come. And I think that's another important connection. I always talk about veterans joining American Legions, DAV, Wounded Warriors, and of course VFW. Because those things, guess what? They have the direct line to Congress. They go and fight for our benefits. They go and fight for the things that we need, the care that we receive. And so yes, come on down to VFW. We will be glad to have you. And it's so many things you can partner with in doing so. It's a whole bunch of stuff. I would love to see that. And I'm sure our commander, Aretha Spurlock, would love Would love to see
I
that.
appreciate the women. Let's be clear on that. Women, veterans, women in general. Without the women, it's girl power. Women leading the charge out here in these streets,
Yeah.
in the politics. Man, I appreciate the women. So that's one of the biggest things I want to do as well. You got as far as veteran women, you have a lot of veteran housing facilities for men. You have a lot of them everywhere. So with women, you got women, single women, women with children. They need services as well. So that's going to be my focus in 2026 is the women veterans.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I already know. Yeah, but the women, I take my hats off to them. Without these women in the forefront fighting, I don't know what these men will do. Some of these men will do out here, but I appreciate you guys. I want you guys to know that.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's a team effort. Shero Coffee Club just came out of, it was birthed out of just my mental health journey, and then listening to the women at the VFW post 311 and listen to their stories, and then wanting to find a way, how can we serve them and bring them their stories more exposure. And so, it's all of us grabbing something to create something bigger. And we definitely can do that. And so now I've got my last question for you. And one of the things I wanted to point out was how you are serving underserved groups. Let's touch on this real quick. You also help the incarcerated. So can you talk a little bit about what program you have for them? Because these, like the elderly, the veterans, a lot of youth, a lot of these are often ignored groups when it comes to some programs and services, the ones that they really need. So can you just touch on a little bit about the incarcerated program that you have?
Okay, so even with the recently incarcerated or ones that are incarcerated, so I'm still working on the ones that are incarcerated.
Got you.
I visit DuPage County Correctional Facility, viewed it, and talked with a couple of veterans that was in there. So I want to reach the veterans that's incarcerated plus the regular individuals that are, and see how we can help them before they come out, which I have done it in the past with a couple of my veterans, and it worked. So I'm thinking if it could work for them, it could work for the regular individuals as well. So I'm in the processes of getting into some of these facilities, and I have veterans that's been incarcerated before, working for the city doing this, and we want to take them in there, let them speak, say their experience, because they actually went through it, and see what type of pipeline we can open up for that. But as far as the ones that's formerly incarcerated, we're helping them with different workforce programs. Like I said, I got a relationship with Olive Harvey. Send them up there. Got a program called Project Evolve. You can go to school for free, get stipends. If you got a child, you got free health daycare services while you're taking classes. You'll have transportation, free bus passes. So it's different things that we help them to navigate. And I'm also trying to incorporate on the south side now at one of these locations, expungements and cleaning the record up. So if you come to our program, you get the training, then we're gonna straighten your record up. You'll be like a new person when you leave.
Wow. Wow, I just love what you're doing for these underserved groups, and thank you for sharing that with me. So now, as you look ahead, what is your hope for CAVF? What does the future look like for CAVF?
Well, I'm looking. If God willing, I want to build a training facility for workforce development with all the wraparound services, so mental health services, job training, expungement services. I want to build like I said, workforce place where they can always come there, pick a trade, pick a job. We'll have it there, get trained, and then leave out the door with a clean record, training, job, and also veteran housing for women. So that's my goal for 2026 and moving forward, and just sharing awareness, keeping the ball moving, and just, praising the man upstairs.
Hey, it don't get no better than that. It don't get no better than that. So my final question to you, so if you have a veteran watching right now, if you have a senior citizen watching right now, if you have someone who was recently incarcerated who's watching right now and they are feeling stuck, they're feeling unsure, they're looking around in their community and there seems like there's no hope and they don't know where to turn to, what would you tell them?
Reach out to me. You can reach me at 8140 Racine in Chicago, and that's Veterans A New Beginning. Or you can reach me out in Dalton at 14122 South King Drive. Phone number 708-527-0407. Email address Carlos Redmond at cavfnfp.org.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Redmond, thank you for joining us. We appreciate having you on the show. And just for those who don't know, I don't even know if I said it at the beginning, but Dr. Redmond was supposed to come on the show last Sunday. And like I told you at the beginning of the show, a lot of family challenges, and he was patient and he came on this Sunday. So we thank you for your patience, and we thank you for the information that you've shared about the Chicago Area Veterans Forum. We have the website, and then you can reach out to Dr. Redmond as well on Facebook under Carlos Redmond, and we'll put the address and the number you provided in the show notes so they will be able to reach out. But thank you. Keep going. Keep up the good work. Continue to build communities. Shero Coffee Club will definitely be right there with you when it comes to helping you and supporting you in what you do. So thank you for coming on the show. Salute.
Thank you.
All right.
Anytime.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, you guys, that was amazing. That was Dr. Carlos Redmond, who is taking care of our underserved communities. It's the veterans, it's the seniors, it's the youth, it's those who were recently incarcerated. That's real work. That's real work. I don't even want to know. I mean, we can have this at a different time on the show. Those challenges he's faced and the heartache he must have gone through, but also the people that he's helped, the lives that he's changed, and he continues to do that. So we salute Dr. Carlos Redmond, and we definitely appreciate him coming on the show. And I'm going to move right into the Shero resource table. Now, the Shero resource table is all about sharing information, resources, and programs, because you guys know I say this every Sunday. When one of us wins, we all win, right? And today, I want to ask you something. What if, lowering your stress and even supporting or getting healthier blood pressure. Let's say you got high blood pressure, you want to get that down to a healthy level. What if it didn't start with a pill, but with a headset, right? That sounds wild. When I first heard it, it sounded wild to me, right? But it's true. And it's real, because right now the VA is using virtual reality therapy to help veterans calm their nervous system, reduce stress, regulate anxiety, and then just to help calm their bodies down. And it's not gaming. It's what it is it's like guided breathing, calming environments, mindfulness, and immersive experiences that helps your brain switch from that fight or flight that we're always doing, right? That fight or flight, because that's what keeps our nervous system, on edge. But I think this is the best part. It's already happening inside of our VA system. So how you do that, talk to your primary care provider, ask them about the VR systems in healthcare, because people see if your hospital or your program or your primary care provider, if they carry this virtual reality program within their hospital. You can also talk to your mental health provider, right? Just say, look, I'm interested in other options, other non-medication to help me manage my stress or my anxiety or your blood pressure, whatever it is, you guys. Just let them know. What if I wanted to not use medication? Are there other options for me? And virtual reality therapy is one that could be available. And they might connect you through the mental health, whole health, pain management, or some type of specialty clinic. But like I said, not every VA offers this, but guess what? Ask, find out if your community, if your healthcare provider, if your VA facility is offering it, because it's something that you can add and it doesn't have to come through a pill. And I think that's very important when we can use alternative things besides medicine to help us with our health challenges. And that is all I wanted to share. Again, continue to advocate for yourself. And if this is something you want to get involved with, contact your primary care provider. There may be still in the pilot program. There may be pilot programs out there or something through community care. But in order to get it, you have to ask. So that's why I will continue to tell you to advocate for yourself. So guess what? That is our show for today, you guys. Thank you for tuning in and listening. We thank Dr. Carlos Redmond for just being a guest on the show. And until next week, keep the coffee chat going and keep drinking Shero, and I will contact you or see you next week. It'll be a new month. All right. Have a good one. Be blessed.
Hey there. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this week's Shero Coffee Chat. Don't forget, smash that subscribe button so you never miss what's coming next. And hey, make sure your weekday begins with Shero Coffee, where we keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. You can visit us at sherocoffee.com. We'll see you next week right here on Shero Coffee Chat, and have a blessed week. Hey there, thank you so much for hanging out with us on this week's Shero Coffee Chat. Don't forget, smash that subscribe button so you never miss what's coming next. And hey, make sure your weekday begins with Shero Coffee, where we keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. You can visit us at sherocoffee.com. We'll see you next week right here on Shero Coffee Chat, and have a blessed week.